Dr. Tim Nicholl here with Maximize Chiropractic. Today I want to introduce a practice member who will be undergoing a corrective-based adjustment as well as a treatment for cranial facial release. CFR is a intracranial, inside the skull, balloon adjustment, meaning that we place small balloons into the nasal cavity, inflating those balloons and helping to optimize the cranial function. The practice member that you're going to see undergoing this, Jason, has sought after cranial facial release for improvements in cerebral spinal fluid flow. One thing that Jason is having limited mobility, so sitting in a wheelchair most of the day, there is not as much movement in the cerebral spinal fluid, which goes from the brain all the way down the spinal cord into the sacrum, is getting stagnant. We want to stimulate that. He's had multiple medical surgeries inside the brain and the ventricles to hopefully assist in what it is that he's having concerns with. But we're taking it from a different approach. We're complementing what the doctors have already done, and we are obviously, or he is not happy with the results. We're looking to improve that. The second thing is that Jason suffers from trigeminal neuralgia. Trigeminal neuralgia is a condition where you have facial pain, and it traces over the trigeminal nerve, which is a cranial nerve inside the skull. One of the items is that with CFR, we're taking balloons going into the nose and then back into the nasal cavity. When we look at this inside the skull right here, there are 3 cavities on each side. This is the nasal pharynx, the inside of where the nose goes into the back of the throat, and we're trying to stimulate and optimize the movement of the skull to stimulate brain function. The purpose of this is that if we look at trigeminal neuralgia as a little bit of a different thought process, trigeminal neuralgia, well, that's a medical diagnosis, which it infers that there is nerve pain, nerve irritation to the trigeminal nerve. But it has to be caused by something. In order to have intracranial pressure on a cranial nerve, it's not that Jason's body was born different than from our bodies. He's just suffering from a unique injury. When we look at this, our job is to not treat this condition, but instead to optimize his body's ability to function and heal. That's the thought process with chiropractic, whether it's chiropractic for your skull or chiropractic for your spine. Our job is to simply allow the body to function and allow the body to heal. It's known that the trigeminal nerve exits from the brainstem, and it also houses inside the skull, and it traces through holes inside the skull to then go into the face. So if your skull is made up of 22 different bones and those bones are fixated, it can contribute to irritation to a nerve.